Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Nebula RPG Cup. The qualification is coming to a close very soon. We have 2 more qualifiers, plus the best times that will be summed up afterwards. But I'm not alone again. I'm again joined by Mitry. Hello, how's it going?
Hey, what's up? Going pretty good. I couldn't wait for this map to be played. It's such a great map. So yeah, again, always happy to be here.
Yeah, sadly I could have not figured out this map too much. I've seen a couple of runs from it, but it looks, I would say, a bit easier than the map from last week. That's for sure.
Slightly, I guess, but I think going quickly is, again, pretty hard. I would say actually harder to go quick compared to last week. But it's definitely a great map. Love the music, the scenery and stuff.
The mod as well.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, the mod is very nice. Really gives you this Viking feel, I would say, you know, driving through Norway in like the medieval time or the Viking time, you know, just a bear coming into play, or just gives you great vibes. But we are starting, so you're gonna see the map now as well, which will be very cool to see. So we already have 4 players that have qualified. We have Morpio, Racing, Ferry and Bolle. So I think because of that, we play up until 5 winners today.
Yeah. For this week, I'm hoping for Skandir to finally make it to the grand final, because, I mean, he's been top tier since a month ago at least, like since basically the beginning, and he hasn't finished first yet. So I would say it's his time now.
Yeah.
He has to finish first.
I mean, like 2 weeks ago, Skandir was not really feeling it at all. I think he would have had a good shot. I mean, we have seen, I think JourdærrfÄłł got second, if I recall that correctly. So we've had a very weird order there, and JourdærrfÄłł did not practice that much. I mean, he's a very skilled player, but definitely was possible to beat Bolle there, who qualified. Looked very solid, but it could have been anyone's game. And again, we play cup mode, so everything can happen and will eventually happen in cup modes, because, you know, you still have to close it out at the end if you surpass 7,000 points, and up until that you're not safe. And of course there's a lot of prize money to get here as well. There's 500 euro on the line just in this step alone. 250 for first, 150 for second, and then 100 for third. We exclude Morpio from that equation. He just wanted to create a competition, and it's the Giga Chat. Even though he wins, he's not eligible of winning his own prize money.
Yeah, as you said, Giga Chat. This time, Skandir has WR, so he is trained. So that's one thing. He probably is not gonna troll this time. I would say him first. So what are your bets? My bets are him first, and then Morpio and Ferry, as always.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a good thing. And I mean, I kind of, you know, just when I see Skandir now again, have you seen what happened in Trackmania 2020? Because Skandir played together with JourdærrfÄłł, and they did exceptionally good. Like, I think they got second, or even, no wait, there was a huge comeback in there, so they did really well. So maybe that's the reason why Skandir did not play that much or that well 2 weeks ago, because he just went full practice on the Trackmania World Tour in Trackmania 2020.
Maybe, but knowing him, it would take like 2 hours for him to be just fine on the map.
True, actually.
I actually sent a DM to Skandir after last week, 2 weeks ago match, and he just said, I didn't like the map, so I didn't really want to play. He just showed up because good manners, but yeah, he wasn't into it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Also, then setting a statement, maybe just trolling a bit. I mean, that makes sense. The map was definitely a bit hard. I really liked it, just discovering wise, because there were so many different things in there. But also here you can see the cave section, you can see the scenery section, and also 41 checkpoints on this map. I mean, this is much more than the map from last or 2 weeks ago. I think we've had like not even 20 checkpoints on that map.
It was 18, I think, or 17.
Yeah, very low counts, yeah.
Super punitive previous map. But this one is very good. Both mappers, K6S and Fossé in French. I don't know how to say it in English. These 2 mappers are goated, basically.
Yeah.
Every single maps they ever upload are bangers, and this one is not exception. It's a good map, like really good.
Yeah, I agree. Already the intro looked so nice on this map. Like, holy moly, I'm hyped to see what players are able to cook here. As we're currently spectating the warm-up, after that we're gonna go live with cup modes. As I've already mentioned, we play up until 5 winners. Point repetition is 1000 points for first position, and then we just go down in intervals where it will be like 935 points for second, and then players will just slowly but surely catch up a little more points after that. But you just want to collect points and not get outside of the top 8, I would say, too often, else you will fall behind and will not be finalists when everybody else is.
Yeah, so you said JourdærrfÄłł got second last step, and then I don't think he finished first, not ever, but like a lot. I think he finished first like maybe once or twice at most. So it shows that, again, consistency is key to actually like win. You don't need to be first every round, obviously helps, but you want to get first only once basically, and it's at the end.
Same with Cup of the Day. I mean, that's why Marius is such a big threat in those competitions. He's the save maestro, he saves, he knows when to save, but he just has to win one round. So that's an unpleasant opponent to play against. And JourdærrfÄłł, I mean, you can't put him in the same scheme of things. Not that he's a very safe driver, but very experienced and knows what he has to do in order to win, even though he doesn't have a lot of practice on those maps.
Yep. 20 seconds remaining in the warm-up.
Yeah, Scandia not able to finish this, but you can see also some media tracker being used here. A lot of very unconventional flips and usage of the freewheel. So very nice map, and good luck to the players. The rest of the map we're gonna see afterwards. World record right now is a 613.170. Let's see if this is getting beaten or how close players are getting to it. But here we go. Good luck, have fun. How many players do we have on the server? We have 23 players who are racing. The rest of the players are on the spectating booth, and let's just go with Scandia in the first round.
The whole map is very calculated, so if you go out of the like calculated line, you will most likely end up not making it. So you don't really have to be fast, you just have to get the right lines.
Yeah.
So yeah, just don't be bad.
Yeah, I agree with that. This map is not that punishing when you do not have the perfect speed for a certain part. I agree. You have a little more room to work with, but already here Scandia shows a masterclass, already 0.2 ahead of Raistlin, who of course already qualified, as well as Morpio. Then we see Ferry, Boll is also playing, and then Tada, the German player, on P5, only 1 second behind Scandia, so great start for him as well. But Scandia just seems to be on another level, so kind of the prediction that you went for, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's Scandia. It's one of the best RPG players who has ever touched this game, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like a full-on battle, I would only see like Bren beat him like consistently. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
he's the GOAT in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that's also the only name that really gave it away for me, who was like, okay, who could compete for the victory? And yeah, it's Bren. Or maybe JourdærrfÄłł on a map that really suits him, or of course Morpio and Ferry and Boll are also good players, but Bren and Scandia, they're on another level, but right now, not in this round. We see Scandia dropping a bit behind, so Raistlin takes over a lead here, but only by 0.3 of a second. So great fight here after 2 minutes on this map. Top 4 only half a second apart.
Yeah, basically like half a second even. Actually, I think Ferry lost some time.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, if you don't miss the line, it should be pretty close. Like it's just how the map is made. He almost clipped.
That was a very risky line.
Yeah, I mean, they're all risking. I think at this point they just want to go for it, because just pure pace might decide it between them.
Yeah, I agree. Also,
they might not crash.
Also beautiful nose bug input there from Scandia after the small transition there to just accelerate a bit faster. It looked very, very nice. Now we have this very unconventional flip where you have to steer to the left and angle from very far right to get the most amount of speed out of that quarter pipe jump. And it's still Morpio on the lead, but doesn't get a good line. Scandia with a good wallbang tactic here and goes into the leads. Both are neck and neck here, and Scandia just tries to get it very nice and gets it. Morpio made a mistake, went a bit too early into the turn and went full into the wall.
Still, he's still in a battle between like Morpio, Raceline. I think Bolle was there and he also made a mistake. But yeah,
he did.
Even if with a slight mistake, you can still fight if you're fast.
Yeah,
Raceline,
I agree.
I think made a pretty big mistake, but he was pretty lucky in his recovery. Morpio, the other way around. Not lucky, but not so big mistake. Ooh, Raceline almost not making the flip.
Yeah, also Ferry now clipping here from that transition, and Scandia extends his lead here to 0.7 of a second. Now going back into the cave and then outside of it again. Just beautiful level design on this map, and Ferry with a respawn also did not clear that turn there. Kind of similar mistake to Morpio, just a bit blind this map is. And also now Morpio with a mistake loses all of his speed and momentum, and now Bolle and Tada, who drove kind of safe in this run, are on second and third position. So great positions from them here. Just 28 checkpoints we have already passed, and Tada on second. Maybe he could be an opponent to play it out for as well, because this is a good time as well. I mean, he's 4 seconds behind, but I mean, if someone could do this every round, it's Scandia, but everything will happen at the end. Maybe.
Yeah, both
maybe
Morpio
not.
and Ferry did like huge mistakes in the cave, and now they're like 15 seconds behind or something. Maybe not as much, but like 10, I think. Yeah, 10 and 11. So yeah, they are pretty much out of the round. Tada is in third. He was considered like one of the underdogs in the first couple steps, and he's been doing pretty good. So that's nice to see him here.
Yeah, agreed. Very nice to see that. Also Bolle with a great turnaround, but Scandia is nowhere to be seen. So free 1,000 points for him now going into the respawn, because the cave is about to collapse. Very, very nice usage there. I really like it. And then going over the freewheel, and a little bit similar to the map from last week, where we have a freewheel section and you need to go back and forth and turn around the car, clear those speed checks. It's a bit of a resting section for this ending here, because 5 minutes of driving, that's sometimes not that easy to do. You can cramp, you can do silly mistakes, you can lose your focus. So this small section can really help you to regain that focus for that last minute on this map. But also let's take a look what Scandia is able to clock in here on this map. He has had small mistakes, but I think this will still be like a 6.16, 6.17 along those lines.
Could be. I think he made a slight mistake, so I think it's like at least 17.
No, and another one.
Oh, and he crashed again.
Wow.
So, yeah, gonna be like yeah, that was weird. But
he
yeah,
saved it. I think it didn't.
Nothing happened.
I think he didn't even
My
lose too
book.
much with that.
I'm gonna say 19. I don't know the checkpoints times really.
Yeah, let's see. Now going to the water. A little bit of a dip here. Ice bath, right? That's good for your immune system. And now into the village again, kind of. And we go into the finish. Let's see the time. Like, also the ending here is so nice. And it will even be a 6:15.
15? Damn,
Wow,
okay, never mind. He was just that fast, I guess.
And look at the battle for second. It's Tada getting second ahead of Bolle. Then we have Racing on fourth. Ferry on fifth. Morpio on sixth. Then we have Sushi on P7.
7, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, that's a very good time from Scandia. I mean, I think the mistake there didn't even lose him too much time. But he was able to save it very nicely there. Really. This was a great save.
He was like a second and a half behind Morpio at some point, so he's been driving like WR pace, I think, besides those mistakes.
Scandia has enough of this. He just wants to qualify. Maybe he can make the perfect match happen. This could be a cool storyline to tell, but this is already a great time and also sets the tone. What you have to beat in order to qualify today, I guess.
Yeah, I think if one person is gonna pull that off, like a perfect match, it's gotta be Scandia.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, he does seem motivated more than ever right now.
Yeah, he just needs to be locked in and do it again. Do it in the final round as well. But also the others had some mistakes. We have had a close start on this map. I mean, it was only half a second after 2 minutes, but then it was crumbling apart for everybody. And also we see an overtake here from Ariana. And we see Pani.
Wait, did he finish?
No, did he finish?
Oh, he did. No,
he did not finish yet. And also we see a lot of players struggling with a flip that Scandia has failed. The angle is also quite awkward to drive. And a lot of jumps here are very, very weird. Let's say like that. You have to think twice about that. But here we go. 20 finishes so far. So that is nice to see. Oh, and one AFK player. Ramirez not playing. Or did he finish? I don't think so.
No,
Nope.
he just didn't drive, I think.
Nope, he did not drive. But here we go. That was round 1. 20 finishers. And here you can see the point repartition as well. You can see you get like 500 points for P11 still. But you kind of want to be in the top 6, top 7 position every round. Because then you not really throw too many points away. And I mean, Tada on second. 930 points for him. That was a great first round for the German.
Yeah, I think also his best finish ever in the competition, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, could be.
So yeah, good job to him. Who should we watch? I'm just gonna watch the same person as you do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch Tada here actually. And we have 12 rounds by the looks of it. Not sure if that is intended or not, if we play rounds mode or cup modes. I don't know, because I don't see a point limit as well. But maybe this is gonna be changed, so let's just take everything with a grain of salt for now. But last time we've had cup mode, so it would be kind of logical for me to see cup mode again.
No, I think it's rounds mode today, this week.
It should be. Is it rounds mode?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, so it's 12 rounds instead of cup mode. Alright, maybe it was cup mode because the map was a bit shorter. This could have been...
I think it just alternates from like round cup, and then grand finals, I think, or is it maybe cup again? I forgot. But yeah, right now we're in round mode, so
yeah,
12 rounds.
Okay, I mean that's fair as well. I mean, the results would probably not differ that much, but I mean, yeah, I see it's 12 rounds here, but I thought it was cup mode again. But hey, here we go. I think it's fine like this, so maybe Skandir can go home with 12,000 points this Saturday evening. Could be cool to see that, but right now he has a lot of players behind him. We have Morpio, Ferry, Rayston, Bolle, and then Tada. Just a bit further back here in the top 6 fight. We've seen 2 mistakes here, I think.
2 mistakes.
And it was not Skandir, it was Ferry.
Morpio and Ferry,
Morpio, yeah. That was the case, and now Tada jumps up to P4. Morpio still in the top 5 battle, but Skandir just on another level, already 0.7 ahead. Wow.
Tada is basically doing the best strat ever, which is not crashing, like releasing when it's needed and stuff. So like he's basically the smartest out there. I mean, besides Skandir, who just doesn't crash ever, but...
He's the psychopath.
Yeah, kinda. Oh, well, never mind. Skandir just crashed.
Oh, whoop.
Full stop just before the checkpoint, but he's fine.
Yeah, good POV
he
to
will
follow
lose like
now.
3 seconds. Yep.
But yeah, also when I spectated Tada here for the first 2 to 3 minutes, it just seems like that he drives a bit more safe some of those parts, just goes a bit further outside and avoids the walls, just tries to control his car that nothing can go wrong. So good to see that. But yeah, Skandir now 2 seconds behind, but if someone can catch us up in the last 3 minutes, it's definitely him, my former teammate for alternate attacks. And now Rayston also with a mistake, was on P2, I think had to opt for the respawn, and Skandir also with a weird bump. They almost went up to P number 2, but Ferry, Morpio and Tada pulling a little bit away.
Skandir is sending it, and it's been 2 times now that he just crashes, and it's not that bad somehow for him.
Now Tada with a mistake, hit the inside wall.
I missed that.
Yeah, all good, all good. He's out, and now Skandir up to P4. Now into the 2 buck side we go here. Skandir with a beautiful nosedive there, but was not able to control his car that nicely around there. It could have been much more time that he could have saved, but is still in close proximity to Ferry and Morpio, who are only a couple of tenths in front of him, and he can smell them. Definitely, he can smell them. Only 1 to 2 car lengths it is, and now Bolle is also only 1.8 seconds ahead. As you can see there, and now Skandir maybe goes into 2nd position. No, but Morpio still has a great fight here.
Made a slight mistake. Oh, and Skandir now with basically the same mistake. Ooh, can he make that? Okay, he can.
Ooh, he has to
It
go
takes
back.
more speed. I think he has to. There's a speed check. Can he? Okay, that's good decision making to not respawn. Could have been a lot worse, but now he's far behind though. Like 7 seconds or something. 8, damn.
Yeah, but
He also got overtaken by Shark.
yeah, but still good decision making there from Skandir to turn around, and that also shows us. Oh, Shark with a mistake. That also shows us that Skandir knows about the what ifs and what happens or what do I have to do when I hit here, right? So that was great decision making and great practice from Skandir as well, instead of just blindly going for that jump, right? And he's still on there. I mean, 8 seconds. He can definitely snatch 1 or 2 positions from Morpio, Ferry, Tada, or maybe even Bolle if they make mistakes here in this last minute of the map.
Ferry and Morpio have been driving basically the same, like only 0.5 away from each other after like many mistakes each, but they're just the same pace in the end.
Yeah, let's focus on Ferry then for the end.
By the way, the stick guy you see in 6th place is Ike. I just checked his login.
Ike, oh, that's great. Cool that he's playing actually.
Yeah.
Very skilled
Super
player as
close
well.
between Ferry and Morpio.
Yeah, what was the command again for the daddy or for the daddy toggle in the bottom?
I forgot. Wait, hold on.
Maybe the chat knows. Also, Bass is in the chat. Welcome. Also, Maprix. Hello everybody. Nice to see all of you today for the Nebula RPG Cup. Track Daddy 1 it is?
Track Daddy 1, I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah, so everything written together or just like... Or just like this? Okay, like this. Alright, I have it.
Spaces.
Yeah. And we have a
Bolle got first.
6:16 as well. There we can see on what massive time Skandir was also on. He was like 1 second ahead. So a great time from Bolle as well, of course, already qualified, but is prepared on this map as well and wants to win those 250 euro, which is nice pocket money, let's say like this, if you win a stab. But even the top 3 is getting home or going home with something. Also, Bayron finishing here, top 10, only 30 seconds behind. Great job. Then we have Pani Mule, or how you pronounce that? Is
it? That was it. Yeah.
Okay, it's correct. Very nice. I think he's also able to finish here. Only 1 more checkpoint to clear. Then we have Blue. Oh, that was not a good landing. Also, Blue Sheep able to do that. And then Vadi.
Everyone should be able to finish besides Yog, unless Vadi crashes again.
Yeah, but Vadi got top 10 in the previous round, so maybe has had some problems with a couple of parts. And I've also spotted here on before checkpoint 40, you can lose the gear. Like, it's very important to hold a lot of speed in that sector to not get a slowdown. That's very important. And yeah, Vadi is able to finish here if he doesn't have to respawn in this ending, which has a lot of jumps in there, a lot of blind jumps as well. But Vadi does it very nicely and does finish on P17. Very, very nice.
Wait, how is Skyzen on the finish line, but missing a checkpoint?
Huh?
I don't even know which checkpoint you can skip.
I don't know either. That's crazy. That's indeed crazy. How can you miss a checkpoint here? That's so weird. Yeah, Skandir, really, I think he likes this map, and he is... No, is he still in the lead? I think, no, Bolle overtook him, but also Tada, only 15 points away. So we have a lead change after the second round, and now we go into round number 3. So 1/6 of the points, or we're 1/6 through in this match. So, of course, that gives us a tendency of how this match will go, but it's too early to say of who's out and who's in and who gets it to the top 3. But Bolle now, with an early mistake, slows down here and loses 2 seconds. So this would be interesting to watch and see how much he's able to catch up.
Yeah, I think that's his first major mistake.
I think so as well, yeah. Maybe I've had... I mean, he... only got 865 points in round number 1. Yeah, so it was, I think, his first major mistake. And yeah, today it will be round mode and not cup mode that will be played. Yeah, that is correct. Yep. So we have 12 rounds on this beautiful map from K6 and Faucet.
It's Fosse, I guess.
Fosse, okay.
I don't know if there's even an English way to pronounce it. Just Fosse or Fosset, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Skandir with the crash.
Oh, yeah, true. Skandir has made a mistake and dropped all the way to P number 6. Ariana in front. And I think I've seen another respawn. Was that? No, not Raceland. Also not Tada. Who was that? Someone else respawned.
Ferry?
Oh, Skandir with another mistake. Flipped too
Damn.
far on the left side and has to go for a respawn. Oh no, this is painful for Skandir. So far behind. He was too far on the left side here and I think clipped a rock. And then did not make it. So down to P14 here for Skandir. This is not good for him as he will lose a lot of points in the process. 15 seconds behind.
Ferry is also in 11th. I guess 10th now. He overtook like 4 people in one turn. So he's 8th now. But yeah, he made a huge mistake as well just before Skandir did.
Yeah, and you know who will be in the lead then? It will be Tada. If it would end now, right? Tada would be on first and Morpio would be in second. That's crazy.
Damn.
Safe driving from Tada really pays out and could be something that could work for him to maybe even qualify to the finals. Would be cool.
I would love that. He's okay. Skandir is my pick of brain and Tada is my pick of heart.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm rooting for Tada now.
But it would be so painful to see Skandir not making it. He got second 3 times. And then last week he did not like the map and then casually also performed outstandingly at the Trackmania World Tour. I think got into the final. Let me actually fact check that, but I think they did really good. There was an insane comeback happening. World Tour. Let me quickly check that. But I think there was like an insane comeback that has happened. It was like 2-0 for one team. Team Dawn won. Who's Team Dawn? Quickly check.
That's them.
That's them, yeah. I think that's them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Liquipedia is so laggy. Jesus. Yeah, it's Skandir and Wolsal, and you know against who they won? Against Binks and Otak in the grand final. And they were 2-0 behind, and then 1-2-3 in the duo format, right? So it's not your LuckersTurbo or whatever player you play against. You play against the best players. You play against world champions. And now he's just here and tries to, prove himself that he's also the GOAT in RPG. But now he has struggled a bit in the last 2 rounds. I mean, he will get some points here. He's on P8 and he will surely overtake some more players. But he needs to win those rounds. Else, it will be another one taking his spot.
Yeah, and by the way, Tada is not battling with anyone, but he's been catching up to Morpio, it's been like a minute, he's just been driving faster than him, even though he's just behind. He was like 3 seconds behind, and now he's less than a second behind Morpio, so he's just outpacing Morpio.
That's crazy, actually.
Dude is popping off.
Yeah, already only half a second behind. Yeah, that's for sure. And maybe Morpio just wants to drive a bit more conservative on this map because the transitions are a bit weird in that way, but also fun to drive. But there's a lot of things that can go wrong. We have seen that already. I mean, also here, you can risk the landing like Tada did and just get a lot of speed out of it. But this is also involving a lot of risk. And maybe you have to respawn then because you land on your roof or you don't make the jump.
Yeah, Raceland is in 3rd, which is his best position yet, if he finishes like that. Same with Aek in 4th. I don't think anyone can be overtaken without a mistake. Maybe Raceland could be overtaken by Aek, but everything is so spread right now.
Yeah, it is, and the only real fight that I see is between 1st and 2nd and 3rd and 4th. But I really want to see what Tada's able to do in the ending because he is driving very, very good here. But only 4 more checkpoints to clear, and then the map is over, and he lost a bit of time there on this ice section. And also now Clips has to go for a respawn as well, and now he drops all the way down to P4. There you can see how punishing one small input that is a bit delayed is. And also here, wow, how does he get away with that?
Nah, that was Castor's curse.
You think so?
Yeah. As soon as we talk about him in the end, boom. Fully crashing, almost loses 2 positions.
Very unlucky. So Morpio is able to win this round 5 seconds ahead, and only the ending left to be cleared. Then Rayson on second, Tada on third. Then we have Skandir, at least getting a 5th position here on in this round. And also Morpio with a good time, 6:16, and you said that Tada caught up. So I think we will see a new world record in one of those rounds that are coming up.
Yeah, I hope so.
And also Skandir finishing now. He was like 16 seconds behind. Now he's 14 seconds behind in the end. And even got P4. Even overtook Ayak here.
Yeah, he only lost like 200 points to first place. So like it's not even that bad actually.
Yeah, and look where is Bolle. Where is Bolle?
Yeah,
no,
far.
P8.
So Skandir is first now. And
Yeah.
Tada's second, I think.
And then Morpio also very close. Catching up a lot as well. I mean, Morpio will overtake Tada, actually. 135 points. Yeah, he's
yeah, he will.
He's 30 points ahead, but yeah, sometimes it's very hard to see that, right? But yeah, bad round for Bolle indeed. I agree with that. And also an even worse round for Ferry, who's out of that equation for now. He needs to redeem himself and get like 1 to 2 good rounds in, but like only 480 points for Ferry. That is nothing. Alright, so the last couple of players are able to finish. Byron with a mistake. Punny Mule able to finish as well. Byron had to go for the respawn. And will be player number 17 into the ending. So cool to see so many players that have shown up and enjoyed this map. And also Ariana, I think not able to finish here. No, checkpoint 19.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. Maybe a late start. Maybe the doorbell rang. Or had to go to the toilet. Who knows, who knows? Or maybe something else.
Can these two finish? They might. Yeah, I think they can.
Blue Sheep?
Wait, can they? I don't think they can, actually.
Oh, no, they cannot, actually. It's... Or is it? Oh, it's so close. No.
They crossed the checkpoints just before the 2 minutes behind the first plate mark, but they both made a mistake and couldn't make it.
Yeah.
So finish timeout is 2 minutes. Now we know that.
Yeah. I mean, on a map that with that length, that's understandable. And let's focus on Ferry because he did not really have the match so far. P6 for him only, and already 500 points behind Morpio, who is in the lead. And Skandir did not claim the lead after that round, but still only 80 points away. So that's like 1 to 2 positions. That is nothing here after 3 rounds. So everything still to be played for even Ferry or even someone who's even further back, even Ike, if he just finds the accelerator and all the risky lines on here. Oh, Skandir with a no slide is able
Missed
to
Neo.
do something.
That's rare from him.
Missed Neo from Skandir, losing a little bit of time.
I don't know if Ferry trained that much because he's 4 seconds behind the WR, which is a lot for him, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot, yeah.
And now he's... What happened? He clipped his wheel, but somehow like bugged through the block and made it after the barrel. So yeah, he got pretty lucky there.
Yeah, it was a bit slow from him. Still in there.
He's still in the pack, I think. He's doing fine.
Yeah, also Shark with a great run. Ike as well, but over jumps there. You can see Skandir goes for a nosedive there. Tries to hit his back wheels with that small block there to get his nose down and accelerate a bit earlier and have more speed into the flip. So that's how he gains a bit of time towards the others, and now is up into the P3 battle. Morpio and Raceland 1 second in front of Skandir. So good fight here to focus on. And also Sasho, thank you so much for the 23-month resub. I really appreciate that. Thank you, man. I hope you're doing great.
Pretty good pack, I think. This is the first round we see a pack with like 7 people-ish. So that's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
First time there's not many mistakes. But still, like, Raceland and Morpio are just faster right now.
Yeah, they did not do those small mistakes so far, so they're on great times. We see a mistake from Ike here. Ferry also gets overtaken by Bolle here in that turn by the looks of it. But no, Ferry had a better approach here. And Bolle jumped a bit too far up, so still P5 for Ferry. So as you can see here, but as you said, very cool to see that so many players are fighting it out here for the points. But look at that landing here from Bolle. So much speed and jumps so far up here into the quarter pipe as well. So good line there from Bolle, overtaking his brother and Shark. Let's go on a bit further front again, because Skandir is in a fight with Rayson as well for that second position.
He's been catching up a lot, and also Racely made a mistake, so doing pretty good right now. Morpio is basically, I think, uncatchable from Skandir, unless big mistake. But Skandir has been drawing fast. A lot of mistakes though from the beginning, like drove one clean round and then just mistakes happening.
Yeah, and we thought that Skandir would not do any mistakes because the run looked just so solid, right? And then a failed Neo slide, just some misalignments of turns. But I mean, we have seen a little bit of that in the first round already, but he got away with that. You know, the flip nearby the ending where he was not able to clear it fully, but then luckily landed on his wheels. So yeah, things like that do happen very quick. But now Skandir will...
He's sending it, like... He's been risking a lot, and he gained like half a second to Morpio already, like 2 checkpoints.
Yeah, also here, he gained 0.1 again, or 0.15, and also good approach to the backside. Does not hold it here, tries to go for the exit speed, and again, gain 0.1 of a second. And if he continues that, he will be able to overtake Morpio here. He just gains. On every checkpoint, he just gains. That's crazy. Imagine having a player like that behind you. What would that do with you? Like, I would be shaking. Or like not shaking, but I would feel the pressure. You wouldn't be first?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Morpio, he's a pretty calm guy, but I'm sure he's shaky right now.
Mm-hmm. If you have Skandir behind you.
He's just gaining. Like, Morpio is driving good, but still losing to Skandir.
Yeah, also great input there from Skandir on that turnaround, and now here do the same thing. Oh, very nice, even holding that gear and catching up again. 0.64 of a second. So the comeback arc is continuing for the Belgian player, and now it's the last minute of the map that is slowly but surely coming into play. So the time is running out, but for whom? For Morpio or for Skandir? We'll find out in the last 6 checkpoints. Skandir gets a very, very inside approach here, has good speeds, but Morpio has a better wall hit there, or roof hit, and still ahead.
Must be such a horrible position to be in Morpio's position. Like, he's actually going quick and just losing checkpoint after checkpoint. He's just losing time like forever. Never mind, he lost 0.2.
Yeah,
he gained 0.2, I mean.
Yeah, Skandir's approach wasn't that good there.
He's fully sending it. They both are, actually.
Oh, great approach here on the right side, but Morpio had it so much better. Skandir lost a lot of time on the ice. He had to readjust and steer into a certain direction, and with that he lost a significant portion of his speed. Now important to hold the gear on this part, both having it similarly good, but it seems like Morpio is just ahead, and he's able to win this round. Oh, even though Skandir is pushing it, but I don't think it will be enough. He has had a slowdown there, and Morpio wins the round. What will the time be? Will it be a 6:15? Even a 6:14.7. Good round and nice time. And look, also Ferry and Bolle hand in hand behind. 4 times below 6:17.5. What a competitive round here.
Yeah, that was great to watch Skandir. He's so impressive.
Yeah, very impressive rounds. From the top 4. And I mean, Skandir has made that mistake at the start, no?
Yeah. Skandir is gonna go up to 2nd place now.
Yeah.
And actually, Tada is gonna lose 2 spots, I think.
Yeah, Tada only with a poor position, I would say. 655 points in this round, so he loses a lot of points here. Has probably made a mistake, and also Rayson catching up to him with that. So Tada falling behind, but Skandir, I mean, also you have to keep in mind that it is not Morpio playing for the prize money. He's also already qualified as well as Bolle, Rayston, and Ferry. So it's between Tada and Skandir for that slot right now.
Yeah, so I mean, Tada is such in a good position right now. I don't think he expected to be here even. I mean, it's not over, but like we've done like a third of the evening already, and he's in second place, so it's pretty good by him.
Yeah, so second place if you exclude the players that have already qualified, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So last players are finishing here. We've seen Logged, then Yogg is approaching the ending as well, but I don't think that he's able to finish. Nope, time will not be enough, and Yogg has to DNF.
Missed another checkpoint. It might be the same one. I mean, it has to be.
What checkpoint are you missing then? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
So that's so weird.
People in the chat are mentioning the free will checkpoint in backwards. He's just going straight. Maybe, I don't know.
Could be, yeah, could be. Could be that checkpoint. So after 4 rounds, it looks like this. Morpio leading 145 points ahead of Skandir. Then Skandir 200 points ahead of Bolle. And then Tada also still in the fight, but lost a significant amount of points in the previous round. Rayston on 5th, then Ferry on 6th. Not really the best evening for him thus far. But he has, again, a good start. But as you've already mentioned, he is a little bit behind the local record on this map, but only by 3 seconds. So if someone is able to drive a PB in a round, it is Ferry.
Yeah, already a good pack going up ahead. Basically the same 5 or 4 dudes. No mistakes so far. I think that's the first time every contenders have not made a major mistake.
Yeah. Then we have Tada fighting out with Ariana here on that 6th position. But again, Tada lurking in the shadow, just waits for a mistake. You know, plays a bit like Marius, you know, just wants to be in there, doesn't risk too much here and there, you know, trying to reduce some airtime, but wants to take it safe. And here you have the first one doing a mistake. It is Ferry dropping behind. Tada up to P5 with that. Great approach here as well. But we have a great fight between Morpio and Skandir again. And I think both of them, or both of those players will be fighting for that win today.
Yeah. Morpio is catching up a bit. I don't know what happened because he was 0.5 ahead of Skandir at some point. I don't know if that was a mistake or if that was risking, but damn, that was risky anyway.
It looked like I think this was a bit uncontrollable because I've kind of thought, okay, maybe he slows down with that landing. Maybe his car tilts too much or he clips something there. But he got away with it and actually gained with that quite a bit. Also due to a small mistake from Skandir, who is now 0.8 away. So kind of same picture than in the previous rounds. Morpio ahead, and then Skandir, who has insane pace on that second part of the map, who's chasing him and wants to get those 1,000 points after the first round, or for the first or second time again after round number 1, where he has won, and we all thought, okay, it's already over. But then he struggled quite a bit, and also now Rayston joins in the fight, but Skandir with a beautiful wall hit and turnarounds.
It's pretty much evenly spread until P7 actually. About 3 or 4 seconds in between 7 people. So it's spread out, but any respawn could end you up in 8th place. So
yeah, you would lose a lot of points. Yeah, that's for sure. That's a good point mentioned here. I mean, you still have 41 checkpoints here, but one no slide or one speed check not being able to clear that one, and you would go all the way down to P7. And we can see Rayston, who has failed a neo slide, dropping all the way to P number 5. Ferry and Bolle overtake here, and it's 1.6 seconds between 1st and 5th place. So very, very close round here indeed. And look at that fight for first possession.
Yeah,
Morpio and Skandir.
Skandir has been basically full risking even more than last round, and it's definitely paid off for him. Yeah. He was a second behind and now he's almost a second ahead, so yeah, definitely paying off. Dude, what a speed! He almost hit the top here. What the hell?
Yeah, also now Morpio made a small mistake there, but he was able to get away with that, but Skandir punishes that immediately. Now almost 1 second ahead, 0.9 of a second, and that looks really good for the last 2 minutes of the map. Again, we do not play in cup mode, we play rounds mode, so whoever collects the most amount of points after 12 rounds, we are currently in round number 5, will win this evening, and the player, or the best player who has not qualified to the main event just yet, will also qualify, and right now it looks to be that this is Skandir. And also now Morpio, not with the best flip here, Bolle and Ferry, both with good runs here, and are able to punish that.
To try and overtake Skandir, but it definitely didn't pay off. That was way too risky, and he ended up losing 2 positions to the twins.
And now Bolle, was leading, I think after round number 2, but then dropped quite far behind. Now almost 400 points behind Morpio, but can't catch up with that position towards him. But then we have another contender for that victory. It is Skandir, who wants to not only win his first step, he wants to qualify after 3 second positions. It's just painful. Imagine you getting second place 3 times and only the first person qualifies to the main event, but now Bolle with a mistake as well. So Morpio able to overtake here, and Bolle with no speed, now 4 seconds behind. Let's see what time Skandir is able to clock into the ending. He has made some smaller mistakes, but not too much of a time deficit. He's 1.2 seconds ahead of his own Dedimania time, or of the Dedimania time for Morpio, but it will be his. But the question is, will it be another or a new world record here as well? The ending will decide it. 1.7 seconds ahead. This looks really good. It could be a 6 minute and 12 second time with a good ending. Only 10 seconds left from Skandir. Great jump here as well, and he is sending it. He wants to get that Dedi 1, and I think he will get it, but will it also be a new world record? Let's see. 11, 12, 13. It will not, but still a great time here. 2500 away from his local record. Lost a little bit time in the end, I think, but still, it's the fastest match time.
That's just Skandir being Skandir, I guess. If he's actually trained, not a lot of people can compete.
Yeah, only Bren, as we said. Like, what wasn't Bren interested in playing this competition as well?
Yeah, he has played actually. He actually drove WR in the last round. In one of the steps, I think that was second map. Yeah, he got 3rd.
Okay.
Behind Racelin and Skandir.
Would be cool to see Bren for the last step in here as well.
Yeah, I think there's. I mean, he was training with Moda, right, for like the actual competition, like
the world
his actual
tour,
job. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, he wasn't very active. Maybe I don't know if there's like a break or something now. Probably not, but like, yeah.
Nah,
maybe
this his region has the playoffs now. I think the APAC is today and tomorrow. But I mean, to be honest, they do not have a lot of competition in there. They have, I think, Biwak and J-Swag, who are pretty good, but they do not drop a map, so it's free for them. If you Bren and Muda, well, I think even Europe would be, not easy for you. Of course, that's more competition, but they would also be in top 2, top 4 territory in there, right?
Yeah.
You had to stop playing the Nebula. I mean, that makes sense. If you still stream and you also want to do something different in Trackmania, other than practicing for World Tour, that makes sense. But some players also take that as a sort of, you boot up Trackmania after the stream or before the stream, and just have a good time, right? And maybe don't take it that serious. And if you're Bren, you just have a good time and still drive world record after an hour or 2.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. Okay, so Ferry is in 6th somehow, just 5 points behind Racelin in 5th. And then it's pretty close between Tada and Bolle in the standings. Also pretty close up ahead. Skandir and Morpio, like 80 points difference. 75. So yeah, halfway through the evening, things are looking pretty close still.
Yeah, I agree.
Ferry's in first place though right now.
Yeah, Ferry again with a great start, and he has had that I think in a couple of rounds already, but then made a silly mistake. Surely this will not happen right here. Would have been funny if he crashed, but well, there's still plenty of opportunities for Ferry to crash in, right? But Rayston had a much better jump here and also 0.2 ahead of the Daddy 1 that we have seen last round from Skandir, who's a bit further behind. How far actually? Not too much, only half a second. So it might be a good POV to follow. Goes for the nosedive and you can see how much time he gains towards Bolle with that. It's like 0.1 to 0.2 of a second. And it's such an easy time gain if you do it correctly, like Skandir did.
Yeah, again, the same people in the back, but people behind are actually pretty far behind this time. Morpio is closing the, I don't know the English word, like the
gap.
Wait, like the top group basically. I don't know how to say that.
Yeah, but that makes sense. Closing into the top group.
Yeah.
Or losing time.
Yeah, closing in basically.
Yeah, it's the last player of the top group.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think that's what you mean. Oh, Skandir clipping a bit. But thanks that this is Trackmania 2 Stadium, you do not get a penalty for that, which is very nice. So Skandir still in that fight. Ferry with a great transition there. Skandir clipped a bit, so Morpio and Rayston catching up a little there. But it's still only half a second, and Ferry now, that's the opportunity that he sadly used to crash into the wall. He's out of that top 1 battle, and also Skandir with a very unconventional flip. His car did not rotate that much, but he did not lose any time because of that. And now Rayston also into the wall, and Skandir back into the lead.
Yep, dude, Morpio has been doing another mistake. That's like everyone making a mistake besides Skandir, basically.
Just applying some pressure.
Actually, and he's somehow still in second place, battling for it at least with Bolle.
Yeah, great fight for second right now. Bolle with a bit more speed into the cave, but Morpio with a better approach. But similar speeds here into the roof hits. And they are only 300s away after 3 minutes of driving. That's just crazy to see how much effort and time they put into this practice on this map. I mean, they've had a bit, or like they've had a break last week from competition, but the map got released 1 week ago, so it's not that you have unlimited time to practice this map.
Yeah, Morpio made a slight mistake, so now Bolle won that battle, and also Ferry overtook Morpio. Oh, Bolle with those slight slowdowns, so wait, Ferry again with the slowdown. What the hell, everything is slowing down, I guess. Many mistakes, like I don't know, it's another mistake by Morpio right now, like so many mistakes. I don't know what, that's the trash round for everyone besides Skandir, I guess.
Yeah, I mean 3.7 seconds ahead. Skandir is still on par with his previous time that he has set, so maybe we can see a new world record in this round. But I think also the positions behind him are quite important. Tada on 5th place, but I mean he's 4 seconds behind, not even doing too bad actually. So just waiting for the others to make a mistake. Ferry and Morpio just close by. He can't see them if he plays with Ghost enabled. Which, like, do you play with Ghost enabled in a competition? I cannot do that, really.
I used to when it was like 1v1s, or if it's RPG and it's not like 15 people. Like, if I were to be at Skandir position, I would probably turn it on just to make sure I'm not getting overtaken, because like watching the checkpoints bottom right can be like, I play HUD off because I can't focus otherwise.
Okay, makes sense.
Sometimes I would play with cars on, yeah. Rarely though actually, but sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean, who would catch up to you if you're Skandir, right?
Yeah, true that.
You know that you're the fastest on the fields.
He's actually 0.2 behind WR right now.
Oh, maybe a bit more now.
He made a mistake, yeah.
Nice jinx there. But
my bad.
Did he have it good here? I think he did. So he lost half a second there. But that was a great section here. It could still be I mean, it will definitely be a great time. That is for sure. But will it be a new Daddy 1? That is the question. Great amount of speed here as well. 207. Let's go into the flip. Jumps very low. And now is ahead again. So 26 hundredths of a second. Great landing there as well. Landing so early and accumulating so much speed. Now important to hold the gear on this sector here. And do not drop into the first gear, I think. Or just do not get a terrible gear change. I mean, I've not driven this section, so I cannot tell you 100% what is happening with your car. You just don't want to slow down, and Skandir will drive a new world record, even though he has butchered that section. Look at that. It will be the first 6 minutes, and never mind. Why was that wrong? Why was the Daddy 1 time wrong for me? Okay.
I don't know. It looked weird for a couple checkpoints for me, so...
Okay, interesting. I mean, still a good time, but not Daddy 1. Sorry about that. Maybe I have to do that again. Daddy... How was it again?
I guess WR is track local 1, because WR is local 1.
Now tracking local 1. Alright, there you go.
In the meantime, Skandir is now in first place in the standings.
He should be.
So he's basically where he wants to be, I think.
Yeah. Also for the prize money. I mean, even if Morpio wins, he would still get 250, but it would not feel that good, right? If you only get second and still get first place money.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I've had Track Daddy 1, but somewhat did not show me. Maybe it did not update after the other Daddy 1 was driven. So let's just track local 1, which it's the time we want to see getting beaten, which is initially the world records. Yeah, so halfway through we are. 6 more rounds will be played, and then we're done with the evening. And tada, 750 points. I mean, it's good, but he slowly but surely loses ground to Skandir. Maybe could be a top 3 ending for him if we exclude Morpio. Because Racing also now got a bad position, 550 points, but Ferry catching up again after that second place. So
he's even menacing Tada right now. Another good round and he would probably overtake Tada.
Yeah.
So Tada he's gotta lock in.
He's gotta lock in. He has to focus and just drive like that. Because if it would end now, Tada would be on thirds. Because Morpio is getting excluded and would win prize money, which would be very cool to see at least that. But beating Skandir is a whole different story. He's more than 600 points behind, and we only have 6 more rounds to be played for.
Yeah. Bola again, like he's just the consistency guy. I don't think he won any round, yet he's third.
Yeah, 5,000 points.
That guy. I like those guys.
Yeah. Oh, Morpio with a mistake. Is he able to clear that speed check? Yes, he is, but I think he clipped. So Morpio already out very early on here in this round. And now clips again. Is he able to clear that jump? No, he has to go for a respawn. So Morpio will definitely not play a role here. And that is now huge for Bolle and Tada to overtake. And also for Skandir to have a huge gap to the second position. Because Morpio is the only one who's somewhat close to Skandir.
Yeah, and as we talk about Skandir, he made a slight mistake like 10 seconds ago. He lost 2 places because of that, but he's still very close. Also, Bolle is lurking just behind, and yeah, as I say it, he's overtaking Skandir due to a mistake. So now he went from first to fourth in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, Skandir also almost clipping the rock there. That was way too close for comfort. But if someone can catch this up, it is Skandir, who is already gained 0.3 of a second. So good to see that from Skandir, not slowing down. It's not going out of the zone like last week. We have seen that where he just drove left, right, or went backwards. Oh, but this was also very scary, yeah.
So is Ferry gonna be able to stay first this time? How long is it gonna take for him to make a mistake, if he ever makes one?
I mean, he's made a lot of mistakes in the last rounds.
Yeah.
Hopefully not this round,
right? That's what I'm
right?
saying. Like, yeah, he's always driving quick until there's a mistake. So let's see if this keeps going or if he can actually stay first.
Oh, beautiful sector here from Skandir as well. Jumped so diagonal into the cave there. And look how much time he just gains towards the others, who are particularly not driving bad, but Skandir is just on another level and is now in the lead. Wow, what an approach.
Yep. Crazy section in the cave. Also very low flip here. He's just faster. I don't think anyone is faster than him right now in the server.
Nope.
He just has to not crash. And that's pretty much secured, I think.
Now Ferry with a small mistake, dropping down to P4, but also Rayson clipping here. So it's a top 3 fight or top 2 fight between Baller, Skandir, and then we have Ferry and Rayson fighting out for 3rd position. But also here, this transition so nicely done from Skandir. Now 0.4 ahead, I think something along those lines. Okay, Baller actually gained a little bit of time from that roof hit.
The dangerous back if Skandir ever respawns or something is only 4th place, I think. Because I don't think Tada is close to him enough to overtake with the respawn.
Yeah, 3.6 seconds.
Yeah, he's in good position.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, one respawn you could lose up to like 5 to 10 seconds. That is for sure, but Skandir should just play this one safe. Only, I mean, even a 2nd place would be huge because Baller, yeah, he's somewhat close, but 450 points. Well, I mean, Skandir couldn't care less, right? He would extend his lead, of course, to Baller, but even a 2nd place would be huge.
He's a second in front of Baller, and he's 0.3 behind WR, so like, he doesn't seem to be safing at all. 0.2 now. 25 actually.
Ooh, what a line here from Baller. He's pushing it.
Yeah, they're both on WR potential runs.
Oh, but Baller a bit too wide there. And also doesn't get a good transition here. So losing 0.3 to 0.4 of a second, unfortunately. Now the turnarounds coming into play. Also, Baller doesn't get the full rotation on there. Skandir with a much better turnaround. And also here, this looks like a good setup from both now, but Ferry also got it good, but lost control, and I think lost grip, and thereby the gear. So Skandir now 0.8 ahead, and definitely on a great time here by the looks of it. Is on par with the local record.
He's 0.06 behind his own WR. He could potentially drive a 612. It all depends on the barrel at the end of the cave section. Because I think his WR got like an insane barrel. Did I miss it? No, I think it's later.
Nah, it comes after the ice.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay.
So you can lose a lot of time here as well if you don't have to steer too much. But
and he did lose a lot of time actually.
Yeah, but I think just his local records just got it really well. But let's see what Skandir is able to do. I mean, even a 614 would be great. So let's see the flip very, very low. Oh, that was insane. But also Baller got it really, really good, as you can see here. Yeah,
that was insane. And he still lost 0.4 to his WR. So that's crazy. Like, I want to see his WR now. But Baller, though, he's actually lurking. I don't know if you can gain 0.5 in the last, like, checkpoint or two.
Only if Skandir gets a slowdown here in this part now, I think. But he doesn't.
Yep.
So great
Those
round.
are nice times.
Yeah, good round here between Skandir and Baller. And then also Ferry and Rayson not too far behind. But very, very competitive times. Good job. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, just the bare minimum loses you the rounds. That is for sure. And also a nice question in chat. What do you think? Who will be the last 3 players making it into the finals? I think... I mean, it could be, I think, Jourdærrfğa, if he plays the maps, or if he qualifies next week. Or Tada, if he continues like this. Ike probably has a chance as well if the map suits him. But then Time Attack, phew. Really depends who really plays that, right? It could be even Ariana, if he's able to find time for the maps. But just learning and playing all of them, very hard.
In the server.
But I think maybe Hazards and Tada. And I mean, Ike also does really well today. Already 4,800 points, as you can see. That is not a position to sleep on, so maybe could even qualify next week if someone like Hazard doesn't show up. So Skandir will qualify today, that is for sure. But then we have 3 more spots next week and then 2 for time attack. Also Morpio only with 550 points. That is not a good position, but I mean he had to respawn. So that is a dead round for him. And Skandir now with a huge lead.
Okay, I can't find what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the local records average on the server.
Ah, okay, I see.
But I can't seem to find it.
So we have 5 more rounds. Yeah, it could be Hazard, but it all depends if Hazard even shows up, because I don't see Hazard here on the server here. He does not play. It's a bit sad. I think this would have been a good map for Hazard to play as well. He's local record 6. Maybe he had other plans this evening. Who knows, who knows. Artis, yeah, Artis would be a good pick as well. That is for sure. True. True, I think it could be Artis who could qualify from the time attack, yeah. And wasn't no Legu? Was Legu? Yeah, Legu was also playing, right?
Yeah, but he played like 1 or 2 steps at most. I think just 1.
Yeah, okay.
He actually got 3rd, I think. If I remember correctly.
So if I had to go for 3 players, then I would go for Artis, Hazard, and Tada or Ike, but it all depends on the map.
I would go Ike. I think Tada didn't play every maps, so I think it would be Ike.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, Hazard is definitely in it. Then I don't know.
And then Artis just qualifies next week. But
Morpio is 2.5 behind the pack.
Yeah, and Skandir again with a great start. It seems like he's locked in. Just wants to end it with a bang here. He's on a very good time. He's half a second ahead of the local record.
Damn.
Wow. That is an insane run from Skandir.
Racely made a massive mistake. He's 10th. Where is he in the standings? He's 6th actually.
Yeah, Rayston not doing too bad, but we have not seen I think there were 1 or 2 rounds where Rayston did really good. But other than that, already dropped a lot of points. Almost more than 2,000 if you compare that to getting first every round. But also Ike doing good in this round. 7th position right now. Good approach here as well. Also, we have Xenu. Maybe a newer face in the top 5. Also, and they're only 3.6 seconds behind. Oh, what a flip from Shark. I think he had to go for a respawn. And also, actually, where is Skandir? Skandir.
He's like almost dead last. What happened?
Skandir is out on that one. I was like, okay, why is there only 4 players in front? Skandir on 12th position right now. So all the gap that he has created on that previous rounds could be gone. But he will catch up to other players, but...
I mean, he's 500 points ahead of Bolle in the standings, so
but
it's going to be hard for Bolle to even overtake him, I think.
But Bolle is in the lead right now, and if Skandir gets 11th, he will lose 500 points towards him, right?
Yeah, but he's definitely going to catch up to multiple people.
Yeah, I think he will end up like in top 5. We already see two mistakes here, so he's up to P number 9, as you can see.
Yep. So
good to see that. Now Tada is up next who drives rather safe. Of course, it's still a huge point loss for Skandir, so it is getting a bit more excited now. You know, because I think if Skandir had won this round, it would have almost been GG already.
Yeah.
But now it's getting a bit more exciting.
Skandir, actually, like, Bola wants everyone between him and Skandir to not crash. So I'm just gonna watch Zeno and make sure this pack here doesn't crash for Bola's on good.
Yeah. Let's see if this works. Like Zeno with a very good run here, I have to say that. Only 8 seconds behind. Getting away with it.
Yeah.
Very clean. So good to see that. Also here, great jump, but clipping a bit. Even Skandir clipped there. Oh, and another clip from Zeno. Ooh. So it is Skandir now up to P7. So still losing points, but not too many here by the looks of it. And then he still has Shark and ṞærrfÄłł in front. Players he could overtake by sheer pace if he continues with that risk that he's just pulling off here. Wow.
Up ahead though, Ferry and Bola are in a close battle for first place.
Yeah, true.
4 seconds ahead of Ike, but 0.5 between one another.
And 3 seconds away from the world record, so an easier round to win, I would say. Just when I say that, I think I would not be able to drive a 6:16 myself, but you know, we have seen faster winning times, 6:13, 6:14 along those lines. And also Ferry going for the attack onto the ice part, waits for the steering, has minimized airtime there accordingly, and now goes into lead, but makes a mistake, was hesitating of when to steer, and had to readjust his line. Does not have a lot of speed, has to flip very far up, and that is another big time loss for Ferry. Morpio and then Ike are behind, and then we already have Shark, ṞærrfÄłł, and Skandir. And now ṞærrfÄłł with a mistake, so Skandir up to P6. Maybe even P5.
What even happened to Ferry? I think he just like brain lagged after realizing he gained like 0.5 in a checkpoint.
I think so as well. He was just surprised that the pillar came so early.
Yeah, can Skandir overtake Shark? I think he can.
Wow,
damn,
that was
nice.
so clean.
He gained like 7 positions.
Yeah, that's
from
crazy.
His mistake.
Yeah.
And you called it top 5.
Yeah, top 5 for Skandir. So only losing 250 points to Bola. 6:16 winning time. Then we have a 6:18. I think 6:16 would have been top 4 or top 5 in the previous rounds. So those things do happen. So Bola catching up. Morpio, well, somewhat catches up as well to Skandir. Tada only with 580 points. Ferry with a great round as well here, 930, but I think still misses his first win. Then ṞærrfÄłł, 615 points. Ike, great performance in the last couple of rounds, up to 5,600 points almost. And then Xeno also with good points in this round. Great round from him. K6 on 9th actually. Also gaining 400 points in this round. And then Shark with one of his best positions. Also with 700 points, up to 4,500. Very nice.
I think that was the slowest winning round today.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I mean, typical Bola. He's not the fastest, but he's good enough to win if everyone else make a mistake. Because he doesn't make any mistake, it feels like. So he's in second place now.
He is. He claims that second place. He even gets a little bit of a lead now towards Morpio. But still 4 more rounds being played.
Ferry will overtake Tada for 4th in the standings.
Ah, yeah, true. That's the prize money spots. Tada needs to find some more mistakes. That was definitely his round where he could have not won, maybe, if he drove a new PB, but where he could have gotten good points, like top 4, top 5, something along that. Definitely ahead of Skandir in this round. But too bad he did not make that and losing additional points towards Ferry. Very unlucky. But let's go into round 9 out of 12. Bola says I'm gonna eat him. Okay. Interesting. Lecker, lecker, as you guys say.
The only thing I can say in their language is, I think something along the lines of "Ik ben een appel."
You an
which
apple?
means, I like apples, I think.
Doesn't it
I
mean
think astronaut told me that.
doesn't that mean that you are an apple?
Maybe I could be an apple actually.
You identify as an apple.
Yeah, I might identify. It depends on astronaut actually.
Yeah, maybe astronaut did a little bit of trolling there, but we have
Could be.
Bass in the chat who can maybe brighten that or like explain that to you. Could be the
Maybe
case.
just pronounced it so wrong that he even didn't understand me.
Yeah, I mean, me as a German who also lives particularly close to the Dutch border, I'm able to understand quite a bit of Dutch, but I'm not able to speak it.
Understandable.
Yeah. Okay, can you say it again? I think
it was "Ik ben een apple" or something.
so in German.
Something along those lines.
So in Germany, ich bin means I am, right?
Yeah.
So it sounds very similar to that.
Maybe I completely forgot. I mean,
It doesn't
Whatever.
matter.
yeah.
Okay, it does mean I'm an apple. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You're an apple then.
I'm definitely an apple.
Yeah. I'm allergic to apples.
Oh damn. That sounds bad.
Yeah.
Apples are good.
Yeah, I still eat them. I don't care.
Okay, that's Chad behavior.
I just say fuck you, body. About the aching and whatever I get from that, I still eat them.
Yeah. Then you spend an hour in the toilets.
Nah. It's like my mouth is just feeling a bit funny then, right?
Okay. I have the same with the watermelons.
Ah, okay, crazy with watermelons.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy because it's like only water, but yeah, apple the same, right?
Yeah.
Let's eat Mitri.
Okay, we can figure that out maybe after the competition.
Enough for everybody. And also look at the time that Skandir is on. He's 2 seconds. Dude, I just want to follow Skandir. Really, he's on an insane run.
Yeah, he's basically like he's slightly ahead of WR, 2 seconds ahead of second place, and they are battling out. Like they are 3 people within 0.4, but Skandir is just on an island.
Skandir is just Skandir. Actually, more PO. Yeah, more PO. Good POV here because then we also see if Skandir makes a mistake, right? Not only from the checkpoints, but also in the distance. Because I mean, you can see the name tag at least. That is for sure. So Ferry and Bolle, good rounds here. Let's say it like that. And they really want to get into the top 3. And that looks great. Morpio with a slowdown by the looks of it. And jumps very close there as well. Also, this was not a good entry. Ooh, does not clip there. So he's still able to somewhat stay on there, but loses ground to Bolle and Ferry.
Yeah, he also has low speed. That's kind of a disaster. That mistakes like snowballed a lot compared to what it actually was. Oh, and he clips again, I think.
Yeah, there's a couple of corners where a mistake really compounds, but usually it resets right just in a turn or in another sector where you just have to slow down, turn around, or do some flips, right? But sometimes you also have to do some other stuff.
Ferry made a huge mistake. He managed to make it through the speed check, but he lost a lot of time and got overtaken by more PO now.
Yeah, and also Skandir, I think, made a small mistake here by the looks of it, or maybe that was just a turnaround. Bolle got it really good, and Skandir, I mean, okay, he's 1.4. He's on par with his local records, so not looking too bad. Maybe we're gonna see a 612 here. That would be awesome. Be very nice. And yo, Arctic Expert, thank you so much for the tier 1 resub, saying for my favorite commentator. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Glad you enjoy the cast. Also together with Mitri, who's doing a fantastic job. Very happy to have him on board as a co-caster. And
Thanks. I mean, he's obviously talking about me, but
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
you can take some credit.
I actually wanted to do that joke, but I didn't know how to put it.
Yeah, I got it for you.
Yeah,
So that you don't
thank
have to flatter my ego, I can do that myself.
I actually wanted to say that, but oh man, missed opportunity. Dude, Bolle is sending it. Holy bad chest.
Yeah, Skandir as well. He lost 0.3 to his WR, but he's 0.4 behind. And I'm watching your stream. I think you're tracking a wrong time or something.
Yeah, I
because
think
we don't
so.
have the same.
I think so as well, probably.
He's 0.5 behind WR right now.
Okay. For me, it's 0.5 now as well. I mean, I was spectating Bolle, right? So maybe that's why. Will be a 6:13.
Anyway, something is wrong, but he's just driving insane anyway.
But I mean, that's not correct. 568, that is correct. Nice time.
Yeah.
Bolle on second, Morpio getting fourth, Ferry on third, and with that, I mean, Tada losing ground, still getting good points in here, but he needs to be ahead of Ferry in order to have a chance for that prize money. So close yet so far. I mean, imagine Scandi would have already been qualified and it would be between Bolle and Tada or Ferry and Tada or something like that. This would have been very cool to see on this map, actually. But that's not how it is. We still have 3 more rounds after this. Skandir almost certainly is going to qualify and win today. But for that, he has to survive those rounds as well. We have seen some sloppy rounds from him. But even if he made mistakes, 10 plus seconds, he was able to get into the top 8, top 5 in almost all of those rounds. Or in all of those rounds, actually. Yeah, we're nearing the ending, Sorrow. We have 3 more rounds. We play in round mode today, not in cup modes. And Skandir having a commanding lead, as you can see. 350 points-ish. And that's also a beautiful map from K6 and Fawcett. Very nice map.
Yeah.
Is there any lore about this map, actually?
Sorry, what?
Is there any lore about this map?
Yeah, there is, and there's a side quest as well that is a bit hidden, I think.
Okay.
I have read the many exchange description, and I think I've read something about side quest somewhere. I didn't really like look it up or anything. I don't know if anyone ever did it yet, but I think like people like Hazard often do them.
Yeah, Hazard also did it on the map 2 weeks ago. He was, I think, the first or the only one even who did that, the side quest on that map, and he even said he didn't have a lot of time on this map, but he was able to clear the side quest, which is fun.
Classic Hazard.
Yeah, classic Hazard as always. Dude, what is happening outside, bro? A lot of people like just. A lot of people just are very loud outside, like. Oh.
Around my house is like massive rain and massive winds. Actually, wait, how do you even say in English when it's raining like solid stuff, like hail?
Hail, yeah. Oh, it's hailing.
Yeah.
So you've had a thunderstorm as well.
Yeah, because it's been like super hot and now it's all coming down like a huge tempest or something.
Yeah, same here. Like we've had like almost 30 degrees the last couple of days. Yeah. Now it's cooling down, but we did not get struck by lightning or hail just yet. But who also did not get struck by lightning here in terms of a bug or a mistake is Rayston in this round. Very good approach. I mean, we have not seen too much from Rayston so far, but right now he is 1 second ahead of Skandir and Bolle. Bolle not with the best entry into the cave, but Rayston with a mistake. Goes too far to the right and will continue to not win around here. Sadly to see that, but that's how it is. One small mistake is enough to lose you multiple seconds on an RPG map. And it looks so easy, but guys, trust me, I've been playing so many RPG maps, Mitri as well, and driving like this consistent in every round is so hard. It's like all maps like this with custom blocks and all of that, you can lose so much time, even in this transition here. You know, you can lose so much.
The car control you need and like the precision, being consistent with all that is so hard. Oh, and Skandir made a second mistake in a row now.
Yeah, but got away with that.
Yeah.
Pretty good spot to make a mistake, actually, only losing 1 second. But now important to not do another mistake, because a mistake can really put you out of the focus. And with that, you just want to avoid that and just get into the zone again. You know, mistakes can happen. And like the worst feeling for me is if you make a mistake and you have to respawn on a long map like this, and you know, okay, I have to continue the run. And then just being able to just fully play through the map with the same focus than from beforehand is such a hard thing for me.
Yeah, that's usually what I practice the most, is actually finishing the runs. Even when I crash, like I just stop hunting very early on and just focus on like just finishing the runs, really.
Yeah, that's a good thing as
well.
well.
People usually respawn when they crash in training, so like delete, basically they go all over like the start. And so that means they are pretty bad at the end of the map, actually. So
yeah, I agree.
The best tip I can give is never respawn, never delete, even in practice.
I mean, a very, very good tip also for a couple of days, for example, because you have that limited time window of 50 minutes. And if you always go back to the start on a 50-second map or maybe 40-second map, and you then don't know how to drive the risky ending, which is usually there, then yeah, you're fucked. Let's just say it like this. So just going and finishing like 3, 4, 5 runs in a row is very, very important. And then you can focus on PBs afterwards. I agree.
Yeah.
Very good tip there, actually. But now Skandir with a mistake here, clipping a little bit again. And it is Morpio who overtakes. And again, a bit of a weaker round from Skandir, let's say like that. And it seems like Bolle is on a good time. But it doesn't seem to be enough to overtake Skandir just yet.
Yeah, Skandir has been struggling this whole round. I think that's his third mistake. Small ones, but still mistakes.
Yeah. But still somewhat in there.
How good is Bolle's pace, though?
Yeah,
let me check.
A bit behind the world record.
Yeah, 0.6 behind WR.
Still good pace, though.
Definitely his best pace as of now.
Yeah, best pace of the evening for Bolle. Looking very nice. And, well, now the ice comes into play. Very important to already get your steering or figure out your steering before that, else you lose a lot of time. And all of those players doing it very nicely. But still, Morpio is ahead of Skandir due to Skandir's mistakes from the past. 3 mistakes, you said. That's a lot, but he still only is 3 seconds behind. That shows that Skandir knows the map, he knows how to adjust, he knows also maybe when to push, right? When to push corners and maybe take some other turns a bit more careful and don't risk there, right? To avoid a respawn.
Bolle's on PB, he's on a mid-14, I think.
Yeah, 1.3 seconds behind. Oh, that wasn't that good, but has a lot of speed in here. Maybe like 1.5 seconds behind Skandir into the ending. But this will be a 6:14 by the looks of it. 0.89, Marius will be proud. Great time from Bolle here in that round. Morpio ahead of Skandir. Then we have Rayston on P4. And also Vadi here, as you can see, with a very good run. 7th position, just behind Tada and Ferry. Good job, Vadi. Vadi is Vadi.
That's he's a TMNF guy. You probably know him, I guess. From Trial.
Yeah,
he does a lot of TMNF Trial.
Yeah, I've heard. Of course, I've heard about the Trial Andes. the crazy guys of the Trackmania community. Let's say it like that.
Yeah.
Like Trial and Kaki players, those are the mad lads.
I mean, they're pretty much the same players anyway.
Yeah. I used to play a lot of Trials as well, but in Trackmania 2020. Ooh, blue sheep.
Oh, I
Ooh.
didn't know that was possible.
And there was one guy who built like insane maps, like that hardly anyone finished, if even. And I remember I replayed this map and I was like, bro, what do I have to do on checkpoint 2? And then I've seen checkpoint 2. He uploaded GPS and I was like, bro, no way. I tried to cheese that and it didn't work. It was like a 1 minute checkpoint and it was like so hard. It's like with a water unturtle in the end or something like that. It was so weird.
Who was the mapper?
It was Digger.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's a very skilled mapper, but I think if he would have added if he had added a checkpoint every now and then, rather than keeping it going, right? Then the map would be a lot more enjoyable to play. All right, so here we go. 225 points between first and second, and we have 2 more rounds. So very important round now for Bolle to stay one, preferably 2 or 3 positions ahead of Skandir. And we have an exciting last round, and if not, then Skandir needs to mess up big time in the last round.
Yeah, I think 2 spots would be enough. Twice in a row, like 2 spots difference.
Yeah, that's
I
like,
don't think that's gonna happen.
yeah, that's like 120, 130 points, something along that. But what we can say is that Skandir qualifies with that to the finals, because Tada is the only player who is in somewhat close contention, and he's 1,500 points behind. So that would be Skandir having to DNF twice, and then of course also Tada needing to get at least 755 points in those rounds. And I don't see this one happening. Only
Yeah,
if
I think Skandir still wants to get first for the
money, yeah.
ego, like, and I mean,
Breaking the curse.
for the money, of course. But yeah, he wants first, even if there was no money or no whatever, he wants to get first, I think.
Yeah. So what other battle do we have? We only really have the battle for that first position, because Morpio is out of that equation. Of course, for the real ranking, for the ego ranking. You want to stay in front of Morpio, right?
He's dead totally in front of the checkpoint.
Who?
He's
Skandir? No.
Morpio.
Oh, I thought Skandir.
I don't know what happened. I think he slowed down at the bottom of the ramp or something. I don't know. It was weird.
What is Shark doing there, huh? Huh?
I think he lagged out.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Looked like he was stuck on a block or something like that, but that's not, of course, an option here. So Shark also, yeah, he, as you said, he has some connection problems, but also here Bolle right now in the fight with Tada for that 4th position. Skandir, the one to be beaten here, of course, as he's in a fight with Rayson. Again, a great start from Rayson, but not really the Saturday that Rayson has anticipated to get, even though he's on a really good time, both of them, but now
Yeah,
Rayson
both
with a
of them.
mistake.
He's 0.8 ahead of WR right now.
Ooh, Rayson, oh, that was not good. Maybe important for Bolle now, because still, if Skandir only gets like P8 in the last round, Bolle could overtake with a great finish. So he just wants to apply some extra pressure and wants to get a good position, but beating that time that Skandir's on right now will be very hard.
Bolle was battling with Rayslin, but I think he made a slight mistake. So, ooh, and now it's Rayslin turn. So it's back to being equal.
Oh, also Skandir going right side of the rock there to just minimize maximum possible airtime there, but clips here a little bit, losing a bit of time, but still is well ahead of... No, actually not. He lost half a second with that, and Ferry now in there as well. Look at that fight for the first position. That's great.
I don't think Ferry drove a single great time. He has a 16.4, so I think it's good, but like not up to his standard.
Oh, and Skandir plays with fire there. Slowed down, hit the upper side of the cave in that flip, and this speed deficit compounded into the other section after that as well. Now he lost 1 second to Ferry, so shaky run from Skandir. Could have or ended almost in a respawn, but he's still in there.
I don't think he's even trying to risk at this point. He just wants to like secure top 3 and at least top 3.
Yeah, it will be smart to do that. Maybe in the last round he wants to like go in the zone and wants to push for the records to end it with a bang. But then, like, if it doesn't work out like here, he just goes back and goes into the chill mode. It's like, yeah, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna chill. I'm not gonna risk too much. I just want to get this first position and move on. And get it like 2 hours after.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ferry does outpace.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good right now.
Oh, he's 1 second ahead of the local record, actually.
Is he? Wait.
I think not anymore.
Oh, yeah, not anymore.
Actually, 0.8.
Yeah.
0.8 now. So there's still a lot of sectors where players can gain time. So I think like a 6.10, 6.9 would definitely be possible. But for that, you need a lot of patience and everything just has to work out in your favor. And with those transitions, it can be very hard. I've spoken about that. Oh, what is Skandir doing? Does he have the speeds? Oh my god. Skandir really plays with fire right now.
Yeah.
Oh
he
my.
didn't lose a spot, but now he will though.
Yeah. Oh my god. Skandir, 1 respawn and we could have another fight. But also, where is Bolle? Bolle is so far behind, so I think this battle has been decided. Racing with another mistake.
Yeah.
So easy.
He's rigging. He's been PayPal'd by Skandir.
Yeah, he gets like 10% of the money for that. No. But let's take a look onto Ferry. Will it be a world record? Only a couple of turns left for Ferry. 2 more checkpoints. Important to hold a good amount of speed over in that sector. That looks great. That looks very great from him. And only a couple of seconds to go by. And I think Ferry will set a new world record. If he gets that transition here, great. Yeah, this looks good. And this will be a 6.12 from Ferry. Finally, he gets a run through. And what a time that is. A 6.12.47. A new world records on the 5th map. Very nice. Good job from Ferry. Finally gets it through.
So only 2 players ever drove WR in competition. And that's Bren and now Ferry. Bren did it in the last round of his step, and now this one is second to last.
Yeah, but we still have 1 more round.
Yep.
And also nothing to lose now for Skandir. Look how many points he's ahead of Bolle. He can push it. Even if he just finishes the round, I think it will not be enough for Bolle to overtake. Because also Morpio got bad points here. Ferry will catch up to Morpio, of course, with that. So the top 3 fight is going on, but Morpio out of that equation for the prize money. But I think we're gonna have a very exciting last round where players can just send it without pressure.
It's actually close for 2nd place, now that I think about it.
Ferry,
Morpio and Bolle are gonna be like very close to one another.
Very close to another.
Okay.
Bad joke.
It took some time to realize. But yeah. Okay, no, I like that.
Yeah, it was a good joke. Yeah, he made some mistakes. Skandir had made like 5-6 smaller mistakes, sadly. But yeah, as you said, it's quite close for 3rd position here. 10 points it is. Bolle is still, but yeah, as you can see, 1st and 2nd is kind of decided already. Especially 1st position. If Bolle gets a very poor run, yeah, it is. But all eyes on Skandir. I think he can drive a world record here. He wants to redeem himself, wants to beat Ferry. And let's see if he can do it.
Yeah, he's 100% going for it.
I think so as well. So congratulations to Skandir already, who qualified to the finals. after, yeah, I would say 4 attempts. 3 times he got second, and now he gets first. And last time, well, he did not really like the map too much, and he was also busy with World Tour, where he also just won against Otak and Binks, which are not your default opponents. Those are the best one, maybe even the best duo. It's the best duo out there, but he was able to clutch it with JourdærrfÄłł. They did an insane comeback. So if you're interested in Trackmania Esport, make sure to watch that match. It's an absolute banger. The final was really, really good.
Right now there's 3 people on WR pace.
Yeah, Rayston, Morpio, and Skandir.
Just YOLOing right now. Oh, bad landing by Skandir.
Yeah, Rayston had it quite good actually. Landed with his back wheel. Also here, good speed accumulated and 7,000s ahead of the world record. Skandir drops further down the line, now 0.3 away, but Ray really shines is in that second part of the map. Ray just finds so much time. Also goes very wide. He almost clips there. Ooh, this was very close. A bit more speed and a better angle for that turn, but of course traveled more distance. But half a second behind the top 3. Very good rounds here. Very good last rounds. So I think we could see another improvement of the world record. Ooh. Not from Rayston though, who again made another mistake.
It's funny to see them just fully YOLO and fall back 1 by 1.
Yeah. Then they pushing again.
Back though. Pretty close battle for the top 3.
Yeah, it's
so very clipped a little. Should be fine, yeah.
It's kind of losing a bit of time there.
Let's see.
Oh, no slide from Skandir, but oh, that wasn't that good. Has to go for the bugs or for the drift there. So losing a lot of time, and also here, ooh, that wasn't that fast. Losing so much time, and look how much time you lose with 1 or 2 mistakes. The speed doesn't line up afterwards, and you lose so much time. So Skandir will not close it out with the world records here. Not sure if Morpio can.
Nah, he clipped twice. He's like a second behind, I think.
Sag.
I mean, it could happen, but like he would need a god run from now on.
Yeah, but also now very important between Morpio and Ferry, who gets thirds. Because Ferry is behind, and Morpio with that will overtake because the point deficit is only 10 points. But still too much track to be cleared here. Too early to say, but Ferry is only 1/100th of a second behind. Make it 1/10 now. Great approach here as well. Goes very far up on the rock. Has so much speed. And Ferry is back into the lead.
Yeah, Ferry just drove WR, so I think his confidence is through the roof. He might... I'm gonna say he's winning.
Okay.
Probably a bad call, because he's been super inconsistent, but...
Yeah, he lost some time there.
Yeah. Pretty big caster curse instantly.
Oh, also here, a wonky transition over the rocks. But now we go into the freewheel section. Ferry losing additional time there. Wow. And what did Skandir do? Huh? He went so far to the left. Kind of worked out. But great rounds nonetheless. I mean, the players are just absolutely sending it. And we have 2 minutes left. Right now it looks like Morpio will overtake Ferry in this last round. But there's still the barrel roll that you have to do after the ice section, which is not an easy task. And also this flip here can mess, or you can mess this up so easily. Skandir caught up so much. Oh my god. I mean, they're still on good pace.
I don't know what he did differently. Like, it looked, they were like inside, like they were 1 hitbox, and somehow he got like 10 more speed out of the drift.
Maybe a better bug-set input. The landing.
I don't know, but I think he's now able to catch up to Morpio somehow. Wait, Ferry's here now?
Yeah, it's such a back and forth.
Top 4 is insane.
Yeah, it's an insane fight. Bolo dropping a bit further down the line. Ferry has good speed over the ice. Also, it doesn't have to readjust that much here. And Oh, now Ferry had to oversteer a bit there to get around the turn. Skandir, very wide approach. Same with Ferry. Morpio's ahead, and that's what he wants. To stay ahead of Ferry. Now the barrel roll comes into play. Morpio gets it, but clips. And also Ferry fails it a little bit, so Skandir can capitalize from that. Morpio not with the best amount of speed in that sector here. This will all come down to the ending.
Ferry has an insane speed somehow.
Oh, Skandir clipping though.
Skandir clipped.
Oh, that is... Oh.
Can Ferry overtake?
Wait, Skandir has to go all the way back. Has to go for the safe route. He knows the safe route, and he's out on that one. But will it be Ferry or Morpio?
It's gonna be Morpio.
Yeah, it will be Morpio, yeah. So GG's to Morpio, claiming third position. Ferry still gets the prize money for third, because Morpio's out on that equation. But what a great round that was. Everybody gave it everything they have. And then we also have Skandir, who now guaranteed wins this this fifth qualification with almost 11,000 points. What a great performance from Skandir. Just a couple of hiccups, but this was well deserved. And good call from you, Mitri.
Wait, which call?
Yeah, that Skandir was winning, but I think that was a no-brainer.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely trained, and if he trained, like, the odds of him not winning, considering, like, Baller, Ferry, and Morpio are already qualified, like, it would be Tada to deny Skandir the qualification, which is not likely.
Yeah, I mean, Tada did really good in the first couple of rounds where he drove very safe, but then also he realized he has to go out of the comfort zone. He has to get those sub 620 times to win rounds, but at the end he was not able to match that pace. Still a very, very good performance from Tada. And also Raistlin sadly did not make it here. Had good starts as well, but only 6th position for him. Then we have Ike on 7th, Xeno on 8th position, K6 on 9th, and Vadi getting 10th. Great performance from Vadi as well. GG's.
Yeah, so next week is gonna be the last map to be released. It's gonna be... wait. Schedule. It's gonna be Cup mode.
But it will be released, I think, now, right?
Yeah, we're playing next week, sorry. It's gonna be released now. It's Frozen.
Yep.
By ÄärrfÄğłł, I think.
Yeah. ÄärrfÄğłł has built a map. We've already seen the teaser. So you can check that out as well. So GG's. Beautiful map as well. Like, also here, the podium. Very, very nicely placed. So GG's to Skandir, finally able to make it. Then we have Bolle on 2nd and Morpio on 3rd, followed up by none other than Ferry, who gets 4th, and also the prize money for Morpio, who is not winning his own prize money. Alright, so here we go. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've had a lot of fun. As you can see, it's already getting a bit dark outside from the face cam. And also Mitri, thank you so much for joining. It was a lot of fun yet again. And we're gonna be back next week with Frozen by ÄärrfÄğłł. It will be the last map where players can qualify on, but still 500 euros are up for grabs there for the top 3. If your name is not Morpio, let's say like this. And players are already discovering the new map, but that's what we're gonna do maybe in some of the next streams later on. So thank you so much for joining. I leave the last word to you now. So.
Oh damn!
Well, oh damn!
Thank you for hosting. Again, that was a great map, great match. Skandir won. I'm happy, and can't wait to see next week.
I cannot wait as well. So bye bye everybody. Have a good evening, and we're gonna see you next week.